Hi, this is Vicki Romaine with Cheerful Greetings, and I'm just getting out some of my stuff to make a snippet. And if you've never made a snippet before, you really must try it because it's loads of fun. This snippet is going to be just a little different because I'm going to be using mainly labels. And you can use whatever you like, but in this particular case, it's going to be labels. I've cut me out 2 pieces of cardstock, and they're the length they are because of the length of my cardstock. Now, if you notice, they bend fairly easily, but they still have a lot of body, and that's what I want. I want something that has a little body to it, but it can be bended. First thing I'm going to do is take off the margin on this piece of note page. Now my strips over to the right there show a couple of strips I've already made, and they're approximately the width of my ruler. So that's what I'm using to measure my strips by, is just the ruler. Not only did I take the margin off on the side, I'm also going to take the margin from the top and the bottom. Now, if you notice, the white cardstock is about the same size as that of the book page. If it's a little wider, that's fine. If it's a little narrower, that's okay, but I'd rather have it a little larger than narrower. The reason being, I want the book page letters to show through. Okay, now I've taken the bottom piece off of the last book page strip here. Next, I'm going to take the cardstock and I'm going to put glue on all areas of the cardstock. And if you notice that it pretty much fits the cardstock, the page, the book page. So I'm just going to put glue on here and put the book page on top. Now there's a little overlap there in the middle, so I'll put some glue underneath. Also, that at that point it seems a little too wide, so I'm going to trim off just a little bit to make it a little more even. The under part does not have to be perfect because you could be hiding it. Well, actually, the whole thing doesn't have to be perfect because it's your thing. It's how you see it and how you want to make it. I'm just playing with a couple of pieces here to see how I want to start out. Okay, I've got my ideas now, and we'll start some gluing. And I'm going to be putting this fast forward so you can see me make my snippet, and it will be done quickly. I'm going to start out by distressing the edges of some of these little pieces, and so they will pop. But as you notice, as I go along, I stop edging it because it really doesn't show up that much. I like it just as well like it is, but we'll try it on a couple of pieces and see what happens. I don't have to fill the back of the label with glue, just enough to keep it on the snippet roll. And then, as I said, you want pieces to stick out. They don't have to go straight down the cardstock. And I will, from time to time, leave spaces on purpose so that you can see the letters in between. There's no rhyme or reason how I put the pieces on. I just like trying them different ways to see how they look to my eye appeal. As I said, some of these I'm distressing, but I'm not going to distress all of them, especially with the green and red and blue borders. They really don't need distressing because it doesn't show up. Most of these labels come from Foxy Creative. There's a few things that I put on here that do not come from her Etsy site, but I did that just for variety. You get these in a large sheet with many, many labels on it, and it takes a while to cut them all out. Okay, here's my snippet. I've just about got it finished here. I've put one on the bottom that I really don't like, and I will probably take it off in a few minutes after I see what else I want to put at the bottom. It's just a little piece that I just found out that it's just too big, so I'll put something else probably down there. Now, what am I going to make with this snippet? There are a number of things I could use it for. I could cut it about in half and make a belly band and put it inside of a journal and use it as a belly band. I could cut a real small piece off and have it as a cluster. I could cut it down to the size of one of my pages and have it on the edge of the page, kind of like as a little border on the page. I could cut a little piece off, and I could make a paper clip out of it, and that would make a cute paper clip. In any case, it didn't take long to make, and it was easy to do, and it used up some of all those labels that I had, some of them real small, and I found a use for them. Now that I have finished my snippet, let's take a close-up. And here are all the little labels. As you can tell, they're real small, and then some a little larger. But in any case, they were fun to use to make a snippet. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If you did, please come back and see me and see what else I have in store for you. And also, please subscribe. In the meantime, have a great crafting day, and we'll see you later. Bye.